to an episode of Chad and Friends Beer Reviews. Doing something special today. I have my friend Chad B. I'm Chad P, he's Chad B.
That's still confusing.
Yeah.
And I'm not Chad.
No. You guys know Henry by now. Chad is a homebrewer, and he brought, what, 3 or 4 different homebrew? 4. And we're going to, kind of what we did recently, is just kind of sample them, and just kind of to get an idea of what it tastes like and all that.
Okay.
How long have you been homebrewing for?
Just started back in last October, but I've been helping a friend for about 2 years.
Yeah. So what made you want to start homebrewing?
Me having a creative outlet.
Yeah.
And beer and
yeah. What's like when it comes to beer? What's like your preferences and tastes? Like, what do you like?
the hoppier the better.
Like it's IPAs, things like that.
120-minute Dogfish Head through the Randall.
Yeah, I'm a hophead too, but Henry is a malt head. So what are we starting with?
Raspberry ale.
Raspberry ale?
It's an American style cream ale base, and then during the second fermentation I put a pound of organic raspberries into the carboy and let them sit for 3 weeks.
What's that smoke?
Yeah, the secondary fruit. I spoke too soon. It was too successful.
Alright, we're back just trying Chad's raspberry ale. It's not a wheat, I thought it was, but it's just a raspberry ale. Like, what's this like comparable to that wheat?
I don't know, it's just experimenting.
Yeah, so just an experimental.
Yeah, I got the, I was reading Randy Mosher's Radical Brewing. And
As you can see, there's a lot of yeast sediment in here. I liked it. It kind of caught me by surprise because it's sweet and tart, but there's like a distinct bitter aftertaste. So at first it kind of drinks like a soda, but the bitterness reminds you that you're drinking a beer. So I like it. What do you think, Henry?
It's decent. I really do enjoy the level of carbonation. It has an almost seltzer-like bubble to it. I mean, when you first open it, it seems overly carbonated, but in the mouth, with the flavors, it really works. It has a slightly bitter taste, but the aroma, it has just a mild hint of the fruit.
What do you think of your own beer?
Interesting.
Like the way it came out? Or?
oh yeah, I mean, like I said, it was an experiment, and I like the way it turned out, and it's been one of the more. When I've had other people try it, it's probably been one that they've liked the most.
Yeah, the aroma is really fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying off camera, it reminds me of the Lindemann's Framboise. Alright, well, I guess we're going to move on to the next one. Alright, we're back. We just poured and made another mess of the chocolate lager.
It's the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah. As you can see, we moved to the living room because it was too cramped in the kitchen. I like this one. This is very comparable to something that you would, like a real craft beer, like a kind of a dessert chocolate beer, but it's a lager, it's not stout. What do you think of that?
Yeah, this is good. I mean, it's got the body of a lager, yet it is dark, it is chocolatey, and it's a real chocolate. I mean, we're not talking, chocolate malts. There's chocolate.
Yeah.
It's a pleasing mix. It especially is good with these little corn chips or whatever here.
Yeah.
It's good for dessert.
Yeah. It's really drinkable too. And it is like that rich sweetness. You were saying you used like what kind of?
4 cups of dark chocolate, hot cocoa in the secondary fermentation.
Now is that something you can buy at a supermarket or at like a home brewing store?
What
the chocolate?
Oh yeah, no, I just bought it at the store. It's like Nestle or something.
Oh, okay.
I actually say, and I know that you're not a fancy super brewer,
Not yet.
but here this is probably one of the best uses of chocolate as a additive to beer here that I've had.
Thank you.
So this is pleasing.
Now, how do you think it came out? Is this what you were shooting
I really wasn't. I was, trying to shooting for like the Young's double chocolate, even though that's a stout. And this
Right.
is, but I was again just experimenting.
Well, I can honestly say it's better than Sam Adams chocolate block. Alright, so we're gonna move on to the next one, and we're gonna open it over the sink this time. Alright, we're back. We're trying, it's just called the Stout.
It's an Irish stout.
I like it, so it's like an Irish dry stout, like Murphy's or Beamish, Guinness, something like that. Henry and I were just saying off camera, well, it reminds me a little bit of the Saranac Irish Stout. So if you're familiar with those kind of beers, this is very similar. A highly drinkable, nice, it's what I tend to expect out of an Irish dry stout.
Okay.
What do you think, Henry?
I would say that the texture, I mean, for whatever water issues you have, the texture is good. It's what I would expect out of an Irish stout. But I'm getting an off flavor that shouldn't be there. It's reminiscent of certain types of plastic, maybe nitrile, and it especially rolls up in the back of the nasal cavity after swallowing, and it's really detracting from the flavor. So I can't be as impressed with this one as I was with the last two.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I don't know, I think Henry has a super sensitive palate. I don't taste any funkiness, so. Alright, we're back with the last beer. Now this is a blind tasting for Henry and I. Chad made this beer, I don't know, it's this one or that one.
One of these is a Magic Hat clone.
Right. Magic Hat number 9 is a pale ale infused with apricots. Now, did you actually use apricots in the brewing of yours?
It was apricot extract.
Apricot extract?
Yeah, you put it in, had to put it in right before I bottled it.
I'm inclined to believe that Chad's is the one in the smaller glass, mostly because it is a smaller bottle. But they are very similar. I think the smaller one has a much richer flavor, but it's also a lot more bitter, and the one in the big glass is a lot more like a artificial sweetener kind of taste.
Well, I'll put it
What do you think?
Between the two, I'm not sure which is which. The small one here, it's a little bit darker, has a much better apricot aroma to it.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the two different kinds of apricot, this one's a little bit lighter, this one's a little bit sweeter. This does more justice to the actual fruit, I think,
Right.
than the beer. They both have a little funk to them, and I don't know if that's Magic Hat or a side effect of using apricot.
Right.
But the funk is more pronounced also in the smaller one. At first, it almost tastes a little bacterial to me that I'm not getting in this one. So really, this is probably, the little one is probably yours.
I'll freshen up the Magic Hat one.
Is it? Okay, so I was right then. All right, all right. Even so, I'm going to say that yours is preferable to Magic Hat. So, I don't know what that says. Already knowing I'm not a huge fan of Magic Hat, but I definitely do prefer the smaller one.
It's very ironic because of the two, the Magic Hat one tastes more artificial.
Yeah.
This one tastes like it's made with real apricots, and this one doesn't.
Right.
But it's the other way around. So I mean, I like them both.
Well, apricot extract is real apricot,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
As I was saying, thanks to Chad for bringing his homebrews over, because I had Jay's homebrew, but I only had one, so it's nice to get a nice variety. And I was surprised at how like professional tasting they really seem, and especially in the case of the Magic Hat clone. I guess homebrewing is probably easier than I thought it was, or
It's just a long.
it's a lot of work.
Well, it's not a lot of work. I mean, I sit out there. I use a 5-gallon. Do 5-gallon batches, and I
Right.
sit out there with the turkey fryer and on the pot, and sit out there and drink beer, and add the hops when it says to add the hops, and
Yeah.
then I pour it in my carboy, and 2 weeks for primary fermentation. Then I usually rack it for another week, And then after you bottle, you have to wait at least 2 to 3 weeks for it to be carbonated. But I like to let it usually sit a little longer.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.